Hi everyone! First of all, I'm really sorry if my voice sounds a bit croaky. For weeks now it's been going a little bit weird, and today it's woken up kind of sore and scratchy, so yay! Oh wow. Anyway, this video goes live on April Fool's Day, a day on which you are supposed to convince people to believe things that are not true. In keeping with that, I thought I would make a video about things that I used to believe were true, which are definitely not. And yes, this video was heavily inspired by my YouTube senpai, Phil Lester. Cheers for the idea, Phil! We're about to take a journey into the deep, dark recesses of my brain. Please prepare yourselves accordingly. First of all, let me tell you about a place called Balloonia. Balloonia is, for want of a better way of describing it, heaven for balloons. I'm pretty sure I made it up myself one day when my sister had a balloon and let it go and it floated off, and she was upset, and I was like, don't worry, Michelle, it's just gone to Balloonia. That's balloon heaven. The trouble is, I said this with such conviction so many times throughout my childhood that I started to believe that it was actually true. Somewhere up in the sky, there was a heaven for balloons that had just floated away from their owners. It's a much nicer idea than, the reality that a balloon probably just floats back down to the ground and strangles a dolphin or something. So, hey, let's all believe in Balloonia. Next time you let go of a balloon string and watch your balloon sadly disappear, don't worry, it's gone to a better place. I read a lot as a child, and consequently I believed genuinely and firmly for many years that, much like the characters in my favourite books, I was only one step away from an adventure at any time. As a result of this, I spent a lot of time checking walls for secret doors. I frequently tried various methods to try and stop time, and I spent a worrying amount of my youth looking for mystical creatures in various places. I genuinely thought one day the massive adventure that I'm waiting for is just going to fall into my lap when I discover some great secret, and so I figured it was wise that I was always on the lookout for magical, adventurous things. I found the door to the secret garden! This is where my adventures are about to begin! Connected to that, years and years and years before the film The Truman Show came out, I believed that my life was actually a TV show. I don't know what made me think it. I guess I just genuinely believed that somewhere out there was an audience that were just really heavily invested in the life of this incredibly weird kid. Therefore, sometimes when something happened in my life, I would wonder what song they'll choose to play over this moment on the TV show. And even when I was lying in bed at night sometimes, I would write little episode synopsis for the day. For example, in today's episode, Emma fails to invent time travel, whilst her parents worry that they might have dropped her on her head as a baby. I was very conscious of this TV show happening, so occasionally I would sort of look towards a camera that wasn't there and make a quip. Yeah, that actually was something I did. Wow, I'm suddenly realising why I had so few friends. And the best part of this is, if you're wondering when I grew out of this incredibly weird thing, the answer is I still sometimes do it when I'm bored, or if I can't sleep, I'm like, let's replay this montage from earlier and pick a song to go over it for the TV show. Yes, I'm weird. I know there's not an invisible TV crew around me anymore. I know there's nobody watching my life all the time and really rooting for me. Wow, no one's rooting for me. That's tragic. But I still kind of occasionally allow my mind to wander as though there is. So, I'm weird. Don't judge me. You're really regretting jumping down this particular rabbit hole, aren't you? You know those dandelion clocks that you blow and the little seeds go flying off? Well, When I was younger, I genuinely believed that a dandelion was a collection of fairies who were stuck on some kind of stem thing and needed me to come along and save them by blowing on them so they could fly off to their fairy destiny. I like to think I did my bit. Gee, thank you, extraordinarily weird kid. And finally to one that I really thought about not including in this because, oh my lord, when I say it, you're all gonna judge me. For a worryingly long time in my youth, I genuinely believed I was the reincarnation of Anne Frank. Yes! I'm sorry! I'm not trying to offend anyone, please don't hate me. I was just a weird kid, alright? The thing is, I remember reading her diary when I was only about 10 or 11 years old, and there was a picture in it that I thought, wow, we kind of look alike. I write a diary. I'm obsessed with the Second World War. Maybe this is why, because I lived through it. I'm Anne Frank. Yes, I know now, looking back, how absolutely insane that is and kind of offensive in many ways, but, you know, you can't tell a 10, 11-year-old that she's insane. I mean, you could, and maybe somebody should have told me, but, you know, they didn't. If it's any consolation, however, my sister still regularly mocks me about this one, and it is absolutely deserved. On behalf of my exceptionally strange brain, I am really, truly, deeply very sorry. And I can't afford to pay for any therapy you may need as a result of watching this video. Sorry. I think it's probably best we just stop here and don't go any further because worryingly there are many more things I could tell you and I really don't think anyone needs to know. So I'm gonna just leave this here. If you like this video and maybe don't think I'm insane, or perhaps you do but you enjoyed it anyway, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want more weirdness in your life, you could click on my floaty head to subscribe. Last week's video is over here as well. Please let me know in the comments weird things that you believed when you were a kid, which turned out to be absolutely not true, because otherwise I'm gonna feel very alone right now. Talk to you next week. Bye!